Básico, lição 23, ou terceira do segundo nível. Reading passage, tag. I'm it. Hello, everyone. Hi, Taina. Are you all right?
Hello, I'm okay, and you?
I'm okay. I didn't see you yesterday in class.
I was into São Paulo.
I went to São Paulo.
I went to São Paulo.
I see. Okay. Hi, Antonio. How are you? Good to see you here. Hi, Mario Eduardo. I hope you're fine. Regina, how are you?
I'm fine, teacher. And you?
I'm very
How's
well,
you doing?
thank you. Very good. Very good.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, thank you for being here. Okay. Marcia.
Yes.
Hello, teacher.
How are you? Good?
Fine, good.
Are you better?
Yes, I'm better. Better than yesterday. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So I think it was just a little flu, as our president
yes.
used to say, okay?
Oh.
Nothing serious, all right?
All right.
Okay, very well. Well, yesterday we heard and we also saw the passage about a game that kids play at school called tag. Regina said the name, I don't remember because as I said, I'm not familiar with this game, okay? But I remember that she mentioned. And we started, as far as I can remember, reading it. Is that right?
Yes, the number, page 12. Page 12, the first paragraph.
Paragraph, okay. Page
Paragraph.
12. Okay, good.
Paragraph.
Okay. All right. Well, I will give a second chance for you guys to take a look at the pronunciation, especially of the words that you have never seen before, okay? So I'm going to play the lesson again. If possible, try to follow in the same rhythm. Try to pronounce the words, okay? With your microphone on or off, that's not important, but it's important that you try to read along. As you listen, try to read along so you can get the rhythm, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm playing it. Just see now if
Tag,
the sound is good.
I'm it. By W.M. Akers.
Are you listening okay?
Tuesday, 12:45. Recess. The game is tag. The stakes are high. There is no time to waste. Ryan said this to himself under his breath, on the edge of the jungle gym where kids played tag. A football fan, Ryan's favorite part of the game was the commentators. Their deep, serious voices made football seem like more than a game. They made it dramatic, like a gladiator fight from ancient Rome. Ryan thought gladiators were pretty cool. When kids on his playground played tag, he pretended to be a commentator. In his deepest possible voice, he took the imagined audience through the ups and downs of the match. Around the corner comes Billy Watkins, he intoned. Billy's having a strong season so far, and those who watch this sport closely think he might be about to step up to a higher level. If he fulfills his promise, his name could stand alongside the greats of the game. Names like Shirley Tompkins and Judy Whitmore, Andy Tobin and George Francis. As he came around the corner, though, Billy Watkins slipped in the mulch and fell on his face. He rolled back and forth on the ground, whimpering. No one showed sympathy. On the other hand, Ryan said, Billy may disappoint us all. Ryan knew something about disappointment. He had time to play commentator because nobody really wanted him to play tag. He'd never understood why, but when he joined the game, nobody would chase him. If he did somehow manage to become it, nobody would run. But he didn't try to play. If he just narrated the game, he wouldn't be left out. He was still playing tag. He was just playing it in a different way. "Hey, kid," said a voice behind him. A freckle-faced girl with frizzy pigtails named Angela. A newcomer to the game, Ryan thought to himself. A rookie hungry for respect. "Why aren't you playing the game?" she barked, interrupting his reverie. "I'm playing." "No, you're not. You're just standing over here being weird." "I'm providing commentary for, Ryan tried to think of anything to say besides "for the folks at home." He couldn't. For the folks at home. "What folks? Are you on the phone or something?" "Just leave me alone." "I can't." "Why not?" "Because I'm it. Why aren't you running? I'm it, and that means you're supposed to run." Ryan shrugged. She poked him in the stomach. "Fine. Now you're it." Ryan froze. He hadn't been it for a long time. He didn't know what to do. The rest of the players stopped too and stared at him. If he moved, would they move too? Or would they stand there waiting for him to quit embarrassing himself and get off the playground? Weirdo," shouted Angela. "This isn't freeze tag. Start running." So he ran the only way he knew how, with narration. Heart pounding in his ears. "The frightened young commentator springs into action," he muttered. "He isn't sure how. He isn't sure why, but he knows one thing. He is going to get that girl with the pigtails." "Quit talking to yourself and run like you mean it," said Angela. He races up the slide and across the footbridge, his target in his sights just a few feet away. The bridge's wooden slats clatter under his feet, sending shockwaves up his spine and into his jaw. Ryan is undaunted. This will be his hour. He reaches toward his foe, stretches out his fingers, and... Ow! Ryan's hands clutched air. He fell face forward, off the jungle gym, landing where Angela had been just a moment before. She had slid down the fireman's pole. He had not been so graceful. Dazed and confused, the young competitor tries to get his bearings. He looks up and sees the face of his opponent staring down at him, looking concerned and curious about why Ryan is still talking to himself. "I think you might have broken your brain," Angela said. Ryan's brain is fine. Angela is the one who needs to worry. "Why?" Ryan leapt to his feet and poked Angela in the stomach. "Because Angela is it!" Ryan turned and ran, a happy gladiator battling at last.
Okay. Was there any other word or passage or anything that you did not understand or you were not familiar with, or we already discussed everything yesterday? Or we only discussed the parts that we read? Márcia, Regina, Antônio, Eric, Ghislaine. Hello, are you guys still there?
Today is more clear.
Today is
Yesterday.
more, okay. But, okay, let's
There
read.
are many words that I didn't know.
That you didn't know, but you are going to learn it today, okay?
Yes, yes. I hope.
Okay. Me too. Okay. So let's read it, and after each part that we read, we can discuss it as we usually do. All right. So Taina, could you start reading and stop here at why not?
Okay. I'm improving commentary for
No, providing.
providing. I'm providing commentary for Ryan tried to think of anything to say besides for the folks at home. He couldn't for the folks at home. What folks? Are you on the phone or something? Just leave me alone. I can't. Why not?
Okay. Is there any question about this part, or this part is fine?
It's okay for me.
What's providing?
Provide is the same of to give out, you know? For example, give out, to
Yes.
provide. Like your mother provides all kinds of services at Unicamp, okay?
Yes.
She provides help for the people that need help. She provides assistance to the doctors that need assistance, okay?
Okay.
Another question about part or no? No?
So for me, it's okay.
Okay, excellent. Marcia, can you continue reading, please, until the next part of the playground?
Just a moment of the playground.
Yes, here. 2 paragraphs
Uh-huh.
of the playground, okay? Until here.
Oh, read. Should it?
No. You start here.
No,
Ah,
because
então, é aí que eu te...
Yes.
Because I'm it. Why aren't you running? I'm it, and that means you're supposed to run.
Supposed.
Supposed to run. Rise, isso eu não sei falar.
Shrugged.
Shrugged.
Yeah. Shrugged.
Shrugged. She poked him
Poked him in the stomach.
him in the stomach. Fine, now you're it. Ryan froze. He hadn't been it for a long time. He didn't know what to do. The rest of the players stopped too and stared at him. If he moved, would they move too? Or would they stand there waiting for him to quit?
Quit.
Yes, just a moment. Or would we stand there, wait for him to quite embarrassing?
No, it's not quite. It's quit.
Quit. Oh,
Yes, quit embarrassing.
embarrass himself and get off the playground.
Excellent, Marcia. Is there any question about this part?
Sure, Gedi.
Hello, Erika.
Hello, teacher. Sorry for my delay.
No problem. You must have had a reason for that. Okay. Shrugged is when you
Yes,
answer.
I was in the hospital.
Yes. Okay. Shrugged is when you answer a question just moving your shoulders like this. Okay? Can you see me in the camera?
Okay.
It's like, I don't know if there is a verb for that in Portuguese, but it means to move your shoulders up and down, like this. Okay? Because she asked him, why aren't you running? I'm it. That means you're supposed to run. And he, I don't care. Okay?
Okay.
Any other question about this part or no? It's okay. Understand? She poked him. guys understand? She poked him.
Yes, she, I don't know other
She touched him.
touch.
Touched.
Yes, touch. Yes,
Yes, usually with a finger like this. Tum, tum.
yes.
Okay? Yes. No more questions.
No.
No.
Okay, Regina, can you read this other part for us, please? You
Where is
stop.
the
You start at the weirdo and you stop at Angela. Okay? Here.
yeah? Quick take our set. Tá.
To
He
quit.
rates.
Yes.
Tá. Quit talking to yourself and run like you meant it. Said.
Hey, just a moment.
No.
Here, you start here. Weirdo.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yes.
weirdo. Shoot, Angela. This
Is
isn't
it,
the freeze.
is, Regina, is it shoot or shouted?
Shouted.
Shoot. Shoot exists, but it's another verb. Shoot is like this. Is S-H-O-O-T. Past tense is
Oh, yes.
shoot. This is when you get a gun or a rifle and you shoot, okay?
Yes.
Shouted is when you say
Shouted.
something in a loud voice.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
weirdo!
Okay. Talking. Brave.
Loudly, yes.
Yes. You weirdo, shouted Angela. This isn't the freeze tag. Start running. Start running.
Okay.
So he ran the only way he knew now. He knew how with narration. Heart pound in his ears. The frightened
No, you don't
young
complete frightened. Frightened.
frightened.
Okay.
The frightened young commentator spring into action. He muttered.
Muttered.
He muttered. He isn't sure how. He isn't sure wow. But he knows one thing. He is going to get that girl with the pigtails. Quit talking to yourself and run like you mean it, said Angela.
Okay, you see, it's very easy to discover when a person is from Minas or she has Mineiro's influence because you pronounce it wow, okay? So this is probably a Catarinense, okay? Because the correct pronunciation is why, okay? Like a real Mineiro.
A why word.
Why, okay? All right?
All
Like
right.
our Baiano Antonio yesterday said, why? Remember, I interrupted him to say
Why
that.
the minute?
Yes, why? Okay. Any question about any question about this part or no?
Frightened.
Pounding.
Okay, let's start with pounding that comes first. Heart, you know your heart
Yes.
was boom, 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 pounding in his ear. He could listen to the heart in his ear. Understand?
Okay.
I never
Yeah.
listened my heart.
Yes, probably because he was extremely
Yes,
excited. Yes,
yes.
okay, he was extremely excited. He
Yes.
hadn't played the real game for a long time, okay? The frightened or
Frightened.
is the same of scared, afraid,
Okay.
understand?
Scared.
Okay?
Okay.
Another question about the sport or no?
Muted.
The verb is not mew, it's muttered.
Muttered.
Yeah, mute is when I mute your microphone and then you unmute your microphone. Mutter, past tense, muttered, is when you start like saying a lot of things, not in a very loud voice. You just talk to yourself, very quietly.
Okay.
So he started running, but he continued narrating the game. Understand?
Okay.
The frightened young commentator springs into action. He muttered, "He isn't sure how, he isn't sure why, but he knows one thing. He's going to get that girl with the pigtails." He continued narrating, okay, but not in a loud voice, in a quiet voice. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, this part is difficult. So who is going to get it? Erika.
Oh, teacher.
I love you very much. You know that. Okay, that's why
yes.
I'm giving it to you.
It's true. Quit your races.
Quit.
Quit talking to yourself and run like you mean it, said Angela. He races up the slide and across the footbridge, his target in his sights just a few feet away. The bridge's wooden slats clatter under his feet, sending shock waves up his spine and into his jaw. Ryan is undaunted. He will be his hour. He reaches toward his foe. He stretches out his fingers and whoa.
Wow.
It's difficult, this paragraph.
I told you.
Yeah.
Many words.
There is one more part. Ryan's hands clutched air.
Ryan's hands clutched air. He fell face forwards off the jungle gym, landing where Angela had been just a moment before. She had slid down the fireman's pole. He had not been so grateful.
Is it grateful or graceful?
Graceful.
Both words exist, but here is graceful.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about this. He races up the slide. Understand this or no?
No.
Let me go back to the picture of the playground. Can you see this blue part here?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a slide.
Okay.
Here there is another slide. Okay? So instead of coming down the slide, he went up the slide, running. Okay?
Okay.
And then that's the first part. He races up the slide across the footbridge. Footbridge is like a suspending bridge, like usually with ropes that you cross it from one side to another. Understand?
Yeah.
I remember that stupid program of Faustão. There was a game like this. You were supposed to cross a footbridge, and people would keep throwing balls at you to knock you off the bridge. Remember? Okay, so he raced up the slide across the footbridge. His target is in his sight, just a few feet away. The bridge's wooden slats clatter under his feet. This kind of bridge is made of pieces of wood, right? Like one piece connected to another piece, okay?
Okay.
These pieces of wood in a sequence, they're called slats.
Okay.
You see, wooden slats. Sometimes they can be made of metal or can be made of plastic, but in this case, they were made of wood. So if they were made of wood, you just say wooden to have an adjective, okay? The bridge's wooden slats clatter. To clat is a verb, to clat, which means to make a funny sound, like clatter under his feet. Understand? As he was running through the bridge, the sleds made a noise under his feet, sending shock waves. Understand shock waves? It's very similar to Portuguese, probably, or no?
No.
Usually when you go to the ocean, okay, like Regina lives near the ocean, you have the waves where you go surfing.
Yes.
Okay.
But these are not water waves, they are shock waves, you know? Like, you see, okay, this is an electrical cable. If I put my finger in the hole here, I'll get a shock.
Yes.
And these will send a shock wave in my body, like, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So sending shock waves up his spine, you know, like in the middle of your back,
Yes.
into his jaws. Oh, this part here is the jaws, okay? Ryan is undaunted. Understand this or no?
No.
It's when you are not afraid, you are not intimidated, you are not daunted. If I say daunted, you are intimidated by something. Undaunted, no, you are not intimidated. This will be his hour, okay? This will be his opportunity, okay?
Okay.
Another question. There are many words here in this part. I agree with
Yes. Full. I don't know. The
you. Okay. You know when you go hunting, do you understand the verb to hunt?
Yes.
Okay. So let's suppose that you're going to hunt rabbits. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're looking in the middle of a forest or in the middle of a field. And finally you see a little rabbit there. The rabbit is your foe.
Okay.
Is the thing that you're going to catch or to shoot.
Okay.
So he reaches toward his foe. His foe in this case was whom? Angela. Okay?
Okay.
He stretches out his fingers and he clutched air. He clutched. To clutch is the same of to catch, to grab, to hold. He clutched air and he fell, boom, face forward off the jungle gym. That means he kind of jumped to catch Angela, but he didn't. He, boom, fell down. Okay?
Okay.
You see, landing where Angela had been just a moment before. You see the construction here? Had been just a moment before. You see the connection? He fell face forward off the jungle gym, landing where Angela had been 1 minute before, 1 second before. Okay?
Okay.
That means he was going to catch her, but what happened? She had, the past perfect again. Before catching her, she had slid. Slid is the past tense of the verb to slide. To slide, past tense, slid. Like when you you go down the slide, you slid. She slid down the fireman's pole. I think everyone has seen these in movies. You know when there is a fire alarm?
Yes.
It rings a bell in the firehouse, and then you see the firemen running and they grab a pole and they slide it down, okay? And this is not used for dancing pole, girls. It's only to slide it down, okay? He had not been so graceful. That means the vision, the view was not so nice. Okay? Any other question about this or no?
No.
Okay. Ghislaine,
Hello, teacher.
how are you today? Very well, I hope.
Very well.
That's
And
good to
you?
know. I'm good. I'm good. Very good indeed. Can you read this next part for us, please?
Yes. Dazed and confused, the young competitor tries to gather his bearings.
Bearings.
He looks up and sees the face of his opponent staring down at him, looking concerned and curious about why Ryan is still talking to himself. I think you might have broken your brain, Angela said.
Okay, Angela said. Okay?
Okay, your brain, Angela said.
Okay, you have a very good reading, Ghislaine. Very good. Okay?
Thank you.
Any question about this part?
David.
Practically, the two words, dazed and confused, are very much similar. The difference is that dazed is when you cannot discover what to do. Okay, in a certain way, it's the same of confused. But you see, here's only to reinforce the idea. Dazed and confused, the young competitor tries to get his bearings. This is an idiom, to get my bearings, to get his bearings, okay? Maybe this is more important than dazed, but dazed is when you don't know what to do, okay?
Okay.
Now, I'd like to talk about this expression, to get one's bearings, okay? Every time you see an idiom in English, and in the middle of this idiom, you have once, you're supposed to substitute by my bearings, to get your bearings, to get his bearings, to get her bearings. You always replace once by a possessive adjective. What is the idea of this? Imagine that, for example, I remember that Erica told me that she used to work at Vivara, and then she moved to Pandora. Pandora?
Yes.
Okay, good. My memory is not failing me yet. Okay, so when you started working at Pandora, the first week or the first few days, was it very easy for you, or you still needed to learn some new skills or some new ways of dealing with the clients?
I needed to learn about the company, the process.
Okay. This is to get your bearings, to discover what to do in a new activity, in a new job, or in a new situation. Understand? So what happened? He was confused. He didn't know what to do. So he tries to get his bearings. He tries to, okay, what am I going to do now? Okay, and now. Okay, this, when used in business English, it means to become familiar with a new position, to become familiar in a new job. Okay, but in the case here, they were only kids playing. So he tried to get his bearings, okay?
It's an expression.
Yes, it's a idiom, okay?
Okay.
It's like to situate himself in a new situation, understand? To place himself in a new situation. Another question about this part that Ghislaine read for us or no?
No.
Brian, I don't remember Brian.
Brian or brain?
Brain. Oh yes, broken your brain. Okay.
Yeah, brain is what you have inside of your head, okay?
Yes.
Some people have nothing. Some people might even have a lot of shit inside of their brain, understand?
I
Yes.
forgot my friend.
Okay. So, Eric, can you read the next part for us, please?
What part? Okay. I think you might have broken your brain, Angela said. Ryan's brain is fine. Angela is the one who needs to worry. Why? Ryan leapt to his
Lip.
feet. Leaped. Ryan leaped to his feet and poked Angela in the stomach. Because Angela is it. Ryan turned and ran, a happy gladiator battling at last.
Okay. Any question about this part? Antonio, good to see that you came back. Any question about this part or no?
Lipped.
It's the same of he stood up.
Okay.
He got back on his feet. He stood up, okay? And he poked Angela in the stomach. Because Angela is it, okay? And then he turned it and ran. A happy gladiator battling at last. That was the first time he was able to poke someone, to catch someone, okay? Because every time he played, nobody liked him playing, okay?
Okay.
Any question? Final question, final problem? Márcia, Antônio, Eric?
Battling, it's fight. It's
Yes, it's the verb to battle.
battle.
You know, when there is a war, a
Yes.
war has many battles, okay? Life too,
Yes, battles.
okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Antonio, are you back with us or only your name is there?
More or less.
Antonio,
Because I wait a call de my boss.
you are waiting for, oh, pay attention. You are waiting for a call from your boss, okay? Or you are waiting for a call from your boss.
Call.
I don't know. Maybe your boss would
But my boys give
yes.
me a call. It's no problem.
I
But
was
not this. It's a call.
already imagining the big barbecue you would have. Okay? Call.
Yes.
Okay? It's a little different. Okay?
But it's a big difference.
Yeah, in this case, yes.
Yes.
But as the cow or the call doesn't get there, can you please read question number 1 and the alternatives and ask Tainá to answer it, please? Like, Tainá, can you answer question number 1? Then you read the question and Tainá answers. I think the cow has arrived. Yeah, I think he went there to get the milk. Okay. Okay, let me change my plans then. Marcia, can you read question number 1 and ask Regina to answer it, please?
Yes. What game are the kids playing during recess?
Letter
What are the alternatives? What are
A. Tag. B. Hopscotch.
hopscotch? Hopscotch.
Hopscotch. C. Football. D. Hide and seek.
Letter A. Tag.
Okay, tag. Do you remember the other games? Hopscotch, remember?
Yes.
Hide and seek. That was the first game everybody mentioned that he used to play when he or she was a child, remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, usually one person has to cover the eyes and count like Mississippi 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3, and all the other kids go running and hide, understand? Behind a tree or, okay?
4 million.
Yeah, okay. And then after a million, you can start looking for them. That's called hide and seek. Regina, can you read question number 2 and ask Eric to answer it, please?
Who is the main character in this story? Letter E. A. George. B. Billy. C. Angela. D. Ryan. Eric?
Letter D, Ryan.
Yes.
Correct.
Eric, can you read question number 3 and the alternatives? And either Erica or Antonio, if he has already gotten his call or cow, I don't know, I'm still confused.
Okay. Ryan knew something about disappointment. He had time to play commentator because nobody really wanted him to play tag. He did never understood why. He had?
Yes, of course. He
All
had
right.
never, you don't contract did.
Okay.
He'd never understood. He had never understood. You see, that's why this passage is here intentionally. Because if you observe the number of the past perfect past parts, verbs, okay, so I chose this intentionally. He had never understood why.
Why? But when he joined the game, nobody would chase him. If he did somehow manage to become it, nobody would run. But he didn't try to play. If he just narrated the game, he wouldn't be left out. He was still playing tag. He was just playing it in a different way. Based on this evidence, what conclusion can be drawn about Ryan? Letter A. Ryan does not want to play tag with the other kids. Letter B. Ryan would hotter play tag than play commentator. C. Ryan thinks narrating the game of tag is more exciting than playing it. D. Ryan's better at tag than many of the other kids in the game.
Okay, just a few words that I would like to talk about the pronunciation, okay?
Sir. Okay.
We don't emphasize like you're saying nobody, nobody, okay?
Okay.
It's nobody, nobody, okay? Nobody really wanted him to play. And manage,
Okay.
not, okay? Manage, like the manager of the company. When you are the manager of the company, you have to manage the company, the situation. Then you become the manager, okay?
Okay.
So nobody would run, but he didn't try to play. If he just narrated. In English, there is no narrate. Hey, this sound doesn't exist in English. Americans cannot pronounce this. Okay? Narrated. You need to roll your tongue like the Mineiros when they say portão, porteira, porta. Okay? Narrated. Okay?
Okay.
And the same thing applies for rather, or he would rather play, okay?
Yep.
Yes, letter B, Ryan would rather play.
Rather. Okay.
Yes, not header, okay, rather.
Rather.
But
Oh,
rather play. Okay, Taina, what do you think is the answer?
I think is letter B.
He would rather play tag than play commentator. Would rather.
No.
Yeah, would rather is the same of prefer. Oh, this is exactly the same of prefer. No, he didn't prefer to play. He preferred to narrate. Okay, so no, it's not letter B. Is there any other possibility, Taina?
Mm,
A, B, C, D, or E?
I don't know.
So when you don't know, it's letter what?
Yes.
Letter
All
A.
right. Oh, okay. Who answered this question?
Letter C?
letter
Yes.
C.
He believes narrating the game is more exciting than playing because every time he played, actually he never played. Yeah. He would rather narrate than play. Okay. So the correct is letter C. Ryan thinks narrating the game is more exciting. And here, Ryan does not want to play tag with the other kids. No, it's the opposite. The other kids don't want to play tag with Ryan, okay?
Okay.
Now, Taina, can you read question number 4? Let me see, and ask Regina to answer it, please.
Yes. How is Angela different from most of the other kids playing tag? A. She is the only girl to have ever played tag. B. She enjoys running on the playground. C. She does not leave Ryan out to the game. Or D. She does not think Ryan is strange at all.
And now, Regina, A, B, C, D, or E?
Think of the player. I don't know, but I think the letter A or D.
Letter D, I
It's
don't
a
like it. Yes, me too. Because remember, she called him weirdo many times. So she thinks he is strange, okay? A weirdo is a strange person, okay? So it's not possible to be letter D, okay?
Ah, yes, does not. Yes.
So D is not. So now you have only 4 choices, A, B, C, or E.
Not leave Ryan out of the game.
yes.
I think C.
I agree.
Ah.
That's
Oh,
the best possible answer because letter A says she's the only girl.
only girl to have. No?
No, maybe there are other
No,
girls. Okay,
yes,
because if you observe the name of the famous tag players that he mentioned in the Wall of Fame, there were many girls here. Where is it? Here. Na, 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 here. Shirley Tompkins, Judy Whitmore,
ah,
two
yes, yes,
and 2 boys, right?
yes.
So
Like Shirley.
she's the only girl. I don't know about that. But she saw him there in the middle of the field. She didn't want to leave him out of the game. Okay. But she thought he was a weirdo. Okay. Now, Regina, can you read and ask Ghislaine to answer question number 5, please?
What is the main idea of this story?
Uh,
Letter A.
can you read again? What is the
Man.
main?
Main. What's the main? What's the main idea of this story? It's correct?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Ryan is a huge fan.
Yes. Letter A. Ryan is a huge
No,
fan.
huge.
Oh my God. Ryan is a real
Huge.
huge. Ryan is a huge fan of the game of tag, but would rather narrate the game than play it. Ryan is a huge fan of football, but he decides to try and play tag instead. After being left out of the game for a long time, Ryan becomes a tag
Commentator.
commentator. After being left out of the game for a long time, Ryan gets to join a game of tag.
Ghislaine, what do you think is the best possible answer?
Oh my gosh.
Teacher, I think letter C.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you. Everybody else agrees or no?
I agree.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of the game? No. He's a huge fan of football? Yes, but he decides to try and play tag? No. He only liked it to narrate tag. After being left out of the game for a long time, Ryan gets to join a game of tag. It's possible, okay, in a certain way, but after being left out of the game for a long time, Ryan becomes a tag commentator. Okay, and he didn't decide by himself to join a game. The girl poked him and said, "Come on, weirdo, now you run and chase another person," right? Okay, there is a little homework for you. Can you please try to finish? Only answer 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Tomorrow, I'll give you the answer and we finish this part. I will prepare some new material for us to start tomorrow. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. See you all tomorrow at the same time. All right. Have a great evening. Thank you very much for watching the class. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Did you get your cow?
Oh.
Maybe he's talking to the cow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No.
No, no barbecue this
cow.
weekend.
I call for you.
No barbecue this week. No barbecue.
I account for hours.
From me?
Oh.
Sure. I'll put it inside of
I
Alitania.
understand the pronunciation, call and cow.
Yeah, very
Thank
good.
you.
Now I learned too.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.